Hey, well, you ever notice that I was just here at this store where a woman has assaulted me years ago. Well, it wasn't years ago, it was a few weeks ago. She was just like, this is mean, and I thought, I haven't had to go to her register, but she was the only one there, so I had to go back. And so she said the printer was acting. I'm like, didn't that printer just sound horrible? I thought, wow, that's perspective. And I was kind of nervous about her making another snide comment at me, because I had, kind of made a joke about how I was trying to find, something at the store, and she was just like all snippy about it. I thought, the other woman said, don't worry about it. She's just that way. But I thought, so I was kind of expecting her maybe to be snippy at me again, but now her focus now was the printer. I thought, wow. Do we have that as believers? Is our whole perspective to everything? Remember the mother-in-law, my first mother-in-law, years ago, Volvos have that beautiful, graceful ribbon. It's just a beautiful ribbon across the grill, and it has the Volvo symbol, and it's just so magical, and it's like, Sweden and Volvos and love and kindness and generosity and clean, healthy living. And look at that sinister slash. I thought, sinister slash, where do you get off calling it a sinister slash? But it goes back to perspective. It goes back to what people look at. I watched a video yesterday about how to get along, and it was made in 1949, and it talked about know the rules, talk it out, get another opinion. And it was just like 3 simple little rules for living. And I thought, what if you were playing Monopoly and the person said, now, the banker gets all the money and you guys have to make your own money. Here's some crayons and a pair of scissors. Like, no, that's not right. You don't do it that way. That's not appropriate. That's not the way it's done. And, just making up your rules as you go. So if I am 100% following the rules, if I'm 100% legal, if I'm 100%, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Sheriff's Department, Police Department, the Superior Courts, everybody says, that Bobby boy, he's okay. He's okay. Well, then guess what? Then that's what it is. You can't have somebody come in and go, no, the horror, he's something. No, I'm not. I'm just regular old Bob. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I got a requirement. I take care of my requirement. I check it off. If the Highway Patrol would look at my car, for instance. Now, about 2 weeks ago, the sticker was out of date because I guess with all the moving and all the spinning and all the turning and all the razzmatazz, I did not get my sticker from the government. So my license plate sticker for the month and the year, the month doesn't change. The year was off. And I was about 2 months out of compliance. And just like, that could have been a stop. That could have been a Highway Patrol or Police Department stop. Your license is out of whack. But you know what? Nobody stopped me. And I caught it before it became an issue. And, I got it. I got the sticker on there, and I was like, whew. So now, if some cop stops me, the sticker on your car. What time did you put it on your car? Well, I put it on my car about, it's about 10 a.m. No. I want you to put it on at 10:30. So you're out of compliance. Like, what? I'm not out of compliance. There's no law that says I have to put it. I say 10:30. You hear about the Highway Patrol guy that, speaking of crazy Camp Patrol guys, this poor Highway Patrol guy, he stopped at a traffic stop, and then he frisked this woman, pulled this woman out of the car, frisked her, basically he molested her. Then 20 minutes later, he's at her house, and he molested her again. That guy's going to be in big trouble. Maybe he could have written off the Maybe he could have, argued. His body camera should have recorded everything, but maybe he could have said, well, no, she was just a little bit sensitive. But when you go to her house, I'm like, are you out of your mind? Why would you go to her residence? Why would you write down her personal address and go to her address? That's not right. And that's something that's not inside the scope of the rules. And that is a violation, and that is something that shows an officer's not safe. That makes sense. But if you don't have current information, if you don't have the right things, you can't just make rules up as you go. And what's our perspective? Are we positive, loving, kind, forgiving, merciful? I hope so. Well, give me a call. I'm going to be back in LA. I'm coming back to LA today. Yay! Back to the mainland. 1-213-713-8954, 8954 green, att.net on the Twitter, Mr. Bob at Bob 8954. I'm not doing too much tweeting lately, but I'm still there. And of course, you're watching Bob's Daily Devo here on YouTube, where Jesus is Lord, and I am working my butt off, trying to be ready for the fight. I've got my cheerleaders, and I've got the quarterbacks and the halfbacks and the tackles, and everybody's in place, ready for the big game. Pray for us, would you? God bless you.